To be honest, my old life was hardly worth mentioning. A dreary routine, trapped in an endless loop with no destination. I think in the end it was a truck, a loud honk, then darkness. I'd never really lived, so dying probably wasn't a great loss. When I came to, it was the damp cold of stone that I felt. I opened my eyes. Around me was only rock and darkness. But that wasn't the strangest thing. I looked down at myself and saw the hands of a child, my body. I was trapped in a stranger's young body, and of the man I once was, nothing remained but a fading memory.
Where am I? Who am I? I can't remember anything.
The silence in that cave was absolute. The only sound was the echo of my own small footsteps on the wet stone. But then I felt it, less a sound, more a deep vibration in the air. A heavy, rumbling breath that wasn't mine. It was right behind me. In that moment, every muscle in my small body froze. I was no longer alone. I forced myself to turn around, and there I saw him, a dragon, enormous. His scales were like polished obsidian, a living shadow that almost completely filled the cavern. This wasn't a monster, this was a force of nature, and his eyes, which glowed like molten gold, weren't looking at me. They were looking into me. That's how he knew who I was.
You are a reborn one, my boy. I can help you if you help me. First, find a way out of this cave.
In that cave, I was never truly alone. But I only understood what that meant when the path led us to a creature I could never have defeated. He protected me, without a word, without hesitation. When it was all over, I looked at him, and in that moment, he wasn't just a dragon who had slain a monster. He was my first true friend, and I was his.
Thanks for your help. I'm leaving now. We'll be friends forever.
He couldn't follow me. His home was darkness. Mine would now be light. With one last, heavy look, I left my friend behind. But he had left me something I would carry with me forever. My name, Rain, he had called me. Stepping out of the cave was like a new awakening. The colors, the smells of the forest. Everything was so unfamiliar, yet so alive. I was alone, but I wasn't afraid. I learned the sounds of the birds, the taste of fresh water, and the feel of moss beneath my fingers. I thought I would be on my own in this new, wide world, but I was wrong.
We've been watching you, boy. If you want, you can live in our village. With one condition.
They led me to a place I had never seen before, a village that seemed not to have been built, but to have grown, hidden among the roots of gigantic trees and under roofs of moss. The goblins took me in, and for the first time in a long time, I wasn't alone. It felt like home. But their hospitality came with a condition, a test. I was to defeat the wolves, who were a plague to them, shadows that skulked through the night. So I set out to earn my place among them and restore peace to the forest. But when I stood before the wolves, I saw no monsters. I saw no hostile glint in their eyes, only curiosity, and something familiar that reminded me of another lonely soul in a dark cave.
From this day forward, goblins, wolves, and humans will live together to build a better future. Only in this way will we all succeed in surviving the years that will come.
And so it happened. My word was accepted, and a new age began. The wolves became friends, the goblins neighbors, and soon more people came to our little miracle of a village. The peace we had created was real, and it attracted all those who longed for it. Our valley blossomed, but my heart grew restless. I saw what was possible and understood how little I truly knew about this world. To create more places like this, I first had to learn. It was time to move on and discover the secrets beyond our forest. An entire city hewn from the rock. What knowledge must be contained within those walls? I hoped to find more than just shelter there. I was searching for answers. Perhaps even for a mentor who would teach me to truly understand the secrets of this world.
Let us form an alliance for better trade relations and support in times of need. As a token of this, I present you with my sword. Use it wisely.
The king's admonishing tone, it stirred an unpleasant memory, a brief flashback to a life I'd wanted to bury. The situation was all too familiar, that feeling of being small and insignificant, a feeling I never wanted to experience again. In this new world, power was won not with words, but with steel. At that moment, I swore to myself I would never again be powerless. The old master didn't see the child before him, but rather the steely will of an adult in his eyes. He didn't teach me tricks, but the merciless discipline of the sword. With the focus of my former life, I forced this young body to learn lessons that would have taken others years to master. Within a few weeks, the sword became a part of me, not from memory, but through sheer willpower. I was ready, and not a day too soon. Evil came into our world. The way back was different. I was no longer the same person, and my village had changed too. It had grown, become stronger, but peace is fragile. I hadn't even properly arrived when the next task awaited me, a visitor, and he was in a hurry.
We lizardmen are a proud people. We have never before asked outsiders for help, but we cannot possibly stand alone against the orc army. We must unite. Only then can we achieve a glorious victory.
You can count on us. It affects us all. We must. No, we will win.
A storm was brewing in the lizard folk's swamp. Two peoples, driven by desperation. One marched for their very survival, the other defended their homeland. A battle no one wanted, but everyone had to fight. When the front lines clashed, the swamp's fate seemed sealed. But fate had other plans. Into the chaos of battle burst a new power. My arrival was not a rescue attempt, it was a show of force. Where despair had reigned before, we brought a wave of superiority that turned the tide of the battle in our favor within seconds. But it was never about wiping out a people. To truly end this war, I had to confront its leader. The duel against the Orc Lord wasn't about life and death, but about breaking his will. He had to understand that there was another way, a way we would now walk together. We had done it. The war was over. As I looked around, at the faces of old friends and new allies, felt something like peace for the first time. We hadn't just won a battle, but a future for us all. But the victory tasted both sweet and bitter. It left behind a pressing question. What had driven such a proud race as the Orcs to this desperate situation? I felt that we hadn't defeated an evil, but had only brushed against its shadow.